now that we're on screen, this is the first time I've eaten one of these cookies.
Bullshit.
I haven't eaten. What would you say? I've eaten 20. They are small, though, in my defense.
So, Rob, I noticed while editing that it seems to be better for the mics if we are up close and talking
It's because I don't maximize.
less loud.
It's because I don't. No, was it amplify? There's what I'm looking for. Sometimes I have to amplify.
Yeah, but then you'd have the problem where, like, you'd amplify when we're back like this, but then we always come in every now and again, and it would just be loud.
So I'm just going to stay like this the whole time.
Yeah, I'll just get a bad back. I'll pretend like I'm doing something in this position. Pooping. There.
There you are for all the podcasts that I do while defecating.
What's our drink today?
I got Diet Pepsi,
That's
but I already had it from before. And then Phil brought me over, bang!
I banged Rome.
Purple Haze, potent brain and body fuel.
And how is it? Oh,
I
we haven't tried it.
tried it yet.
Son of a bitch.
And then Arnold Palmer Strawberry, half and half iced tea and lemonade.
That's the go-to, not the strawberry part, but that's the go-to Arizona, is the Arnold Palmers. Those are the freaking best because they're lemonade iced tea mix, and they're so refreshing. So go get it at Dollar Tree or a convenience store. They're so good, but they have currently, for the summer, strawberry version, which is nice.
Amazing, Phil.
And I got a Faygo, because I love me some Faygo.
Sexist.
Hey, Faygo, would you like to promote Faygo on our podcast that gets 100 views, maybe maximum each week? Pineapple watermelon.
I promise to never say the name of the drink. It will only be Phil.
Faygo. Bang. Arnold Palmer.
I feel bad
Arizona.
saying the name.
Remember Mountain Dew? They didn't get back to me.
What a surprise.
Oh, wow. All right. Today we're talking about Thor.
Yeah, so speaking of Thor,
Love and Thunder.
this coming Friday, I hope to see other people there. The Screening Room, which is a great theater in downtown Kingston.
I haven't been there in years.
Ridiculous. Because
Years.
it's a fun place. It's a great place for, you don't watch blockbusters there, but you watch like movies you love there. And they are running Kill Bill 1 and 2 with a 10-minute intermission between the two of them, which will be fun.
That's it. The last time I tried to get into Kill Bill, I was bored out of my mind.
I loved Kill Bill. It's not his best, but it's I enjoyed it a lot.
I turned it off.
So Friday I'll be doing that.
Screening room. One thing I would suggest is getting rid of the stupid theater chairs
Yeah.
and having couches and chairs.
I don't know, I kind of like that theater experience.
They should go like, what's that theater in the States that people always talk about?
Bob's Theater.
No, you know.
Yep.
Come on, you know what I'm talking about. You
theater,
as a movie buff should know
Time, Dollywood.
There is a popular chain of theaters in the States
Bob's,
that do
Walmart and things.
couches and chairs, that kind of thing for the
But
whole
imagine
place.
the shit that you're going to be cleaning up off of those.
Yeah, they would. You would have to get ones that you could clean easily.
They'd be like, remember, like
But you clean the theater chairs.
Your grandma has like the plastic that she had on her chairs. That's what they should do there.
Well, you know they don't clean the theater chairs till that evening, maybe.
And they just kind of spritz them with Febreze, and then they're clean.
I
I don't want to know. That's why I'm glad there's leather chairs.
I worked there, and I
Because-
never looked into the overnight cleaners.
All I know is if
Wasn't
you
my
drop
job.
food on your chair, you never eat it. Because who knows what the fuck has been on that chair.
So Thor: Love and Thunder. We
awful.
We went to the theater.
Another thing.
Not together.
I'll talk about is
Rob wanted to talk about his theater experience.
Oh, yeah.
Where did you go?
So another thing is I've decided I'm selling my electronic drums, and I'm building a second level in our garage, and I'll put acoustic drums up there.
Oh, so F
Now-
the neighbors.
I don't know if you're noticing, but I'm putting off talking about Thor: Love and Thunder. Mm-hmm. So the theater experience. I hate the theater experience. I can't be the only one that feels this way.
I don't mind it.
I hate people, and not, being a dick and hey, BMO, but I hate theater people. Like, I hate these people that go to the theater. No, it's the people that like, and maybe they hate. I'm sure they hate me in what's the word I'm looking for? As well.
Because most people do.
Like, I go there and I want to watch the movie and I want to laugh and shit, when it's funny. But I want to watch the movie. And to me, there's nothing more fucking obnoxious. And I'm a total hypocrite because I do this all the time when I'm watching a movie at home. But there's nothing worse than when Thor goes, Zeus, I'll fight you. The person beside you goes, ah!
Oh, you had one of those. Yeah.
And what was fucked
Don't be one of those.
was I had these two idiot fucking millennials beside me, these two fucking asshole millennial couples. And what was the funniest part of it,
Two couples or one?
one couple, sorry,
Okay.
two millennials,
This is important information.
is the guy was me when I was 25, thinking that women give a shit. Any guy in 25 right now, your girlfriend does not fucking care about all the backstory that you might know to the fucking Marvel or Star Wars cinematic universe. They don't care. I'm telling you right now, they don't care.
Unless she's the very rare exception that is just getting into it. But if you are taking,
that's
you are
one in a
taking
trillion.
your girlfriend or wife to a Thor movie and they're not into it or haven't started it and are interested in getting started, you're doing it wrong. You start it first. You go through it. That would be the fun thing to do with someone who hasn't seen it.
But the magical part of women, one of the magical parts, there's all sorts of magical parts.
Vaginas.
One of the best parts of women is they will do their best to act interested because they know you're interested. Women are amazing at that. Men are okay at it, when we have to be, but women are spectacular at it. So the reason I bring it up is this couple beside me. The girl is trying to act interested, and she goes, "What's Christian Bale's name again in this movie?" He's the God Butcher. Yeah, I know, but he has a name. Oh yeah, Now keep in mind this is this idiot's voice while we're trying to watch this movie.
During the movie?
Not during the fucking movie.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's not Thanos. No, he's not. But he's not related to Thanos. And I'm like, oh my fuck!
Shut the fuck up.
I just wanted to turn it into shut up. His name is Gore, if you were paying attention, but shut up. So it's these two millennial idiots that laugh at all the wrong times. And the worst, the one that I kind of hurt her feelings a bit with, she was singing along with the fucking Guns N' Roses songs. Singing along, belting out the fucking Guns N' Roses. So when that there's, I can't remember.
It's fucked up.
It's like Sweet Child of Mine, and then they cut when they're going to show Roy Kent comes as Hercules. As soon as it cuts to like Zeus having his chest hole fingered by his girlfriends, the Guns N' Roses song stops, and I go, "Thank God that shit is over."
Did she continue?
No. She stopped, and I went, "Thank God that shit is over." Just that loud, and she was like, like she was so offended. But I'm like, I wanted to start her and go, "Bitch."
Honestly, you should have said, "Shut the fuck up."
But
Just
what
shut the fuck up.
what's the most confusing is people think.
Did anyone go with you?
No, I'm by myself. Everybody thinks
He's that
teenagers and young teenagers especially are the fucking worst. This kid beside me had to be, I want to peg him like 13, probably Dexter's age. This kid said nothing the whole movie. He paid attention. He laughed when he was supposed to laugh.
Good.
He enjoyed himself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is how you go to the fucking movies. How does this fucking teenager know? And these dumb fucking dickweed dillhole fucking millennials don't know.
There's unwritten rules to the theater, just like the library, just like other places.
Fuck. It's just, they were just awful. And that fucked my theater experience. And it reminded me why every now and then you got to remind yourself, all right, that's why I don't do this. Because of assholes like that. I'd rather watch this shit at home by myself.
If we have that
or with a
option.
group of friends.
Yeah.
Just like you can, if you want to talk, fucking pause it and then unpause it. You know what I mean?
Singing along is messed up. I couldn't handle it.
The worst was this girl thought she was in tune. So it's like, sweet child of mine.
Oh, she was trying.
Shut up.
Oh, she was trying hard.
Oh, it made me want to fucking hang myself.
Wow.
Not to mention Guns N' Roses fucking sucks. Anybody that was ever into Guns, they are one of the worst fucking hair metal bands to ever happen to the fucking 90s. 80s, sorry, and 90s. Awful.
I love
one good song.
I love it.
One good
I
song
love
came
it.
out of Guns N' Roses.
No,
there's
a
out
few.
of their. Oh, sorry, that's not true. Counting the
There's a
fucking
few.
Chinese democracy, 2 fucking songs.
Any song that was in this movie was great.
No,
Yeah.
fuck no.
But singing along, no, you can't do that. That you can do that at home. If
It's fun to sing like karaoke when you suck. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, sweet child of mine. Like, okay, this girl was like, oh, sweet child of mine. Shut up.
that's messed up.
But you tell me
I didn't have any problems with my
what you
experience.
thought.
Did you go 3D or not?
No, just regular. After when I was watching, like as I was watching, I'm like, there's and afterwards when I was thinking about it, I didn't see anything worth to watch in 3D.
It wasn't.
Maybe Zeus Land.
I don't
but
think
everything
it,
else.
Yeah, you can tell when a movie is made for 3D. Like Jurassic World Dominion was totally made for 3D, but they didn't emphasize it. They didn't go see it in 3D.
Nope.
Like, but you could tell that
IMAX is a new thing. I think the 3D fad has dropped off, and now it's all about IMAX.
exactly. But they're still shooting for 3D for some reason, and shooting it that way. Like, I won't make you watch Dominion again, but I was watching Dominion again, and I felt bad that I gave it a high rating. Like, having watched it again, I'm like, yes, this movie is really, really, really bad. Yep. It's fun for a Jurassic World fan, but it's also one of those things where, like,
hardcore fan.
It's kind of like Ghostbusters 2, where you're like, it's bad, but it's good.
It's like the prequels for Star Wars fans. We're like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they're not great, but
it's fun.
Star Wars. I'm
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah.
But so Thor: Love and Thunder.
This is almost that.
Yeah, that's a good. As I was watching, and you know what? It was one of those movies where I had to think about for a little bit. I'm like, what do I want to say about this movie? After I was done watching it, and as I was thinking, I'm like, you know what it is? It should have gone by what I bet was its original fucking title, which is Ragnarok 2. Because it's not really a new story.
Yeah.
It's effectively all the exact same story beats as Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically Ragnarok 2. And it got me kind of worried. Because Taika Waititi is a very capable writer and director.
Very talented, but it didn't show here.
You know what it showed to me? That he's kind of got a formula that he works from.
Maybe, yeah.
And I was like, oh no, dude. Is he going to apply that same formula to a Star Wars movie? I fucking hope not.
It's like he created a sequel, yes, and which he did, and it's like he wrote like a 6-hour movie, but just took all the
which he did,
comedy and action parts
Which
of it.
they said he did, though, right? They said that this original movie was like 4 hours long, and they cut out a shit ton
That
of
makes
stuff.
a lot of sense because
it feels that way.
Yeah, it's like, especially the Jane stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Like, okay, for those who don't know, pause it now. Go watch the movie.
Pause it?
Come back.
Should you pause it or pause it?
Pause it.
The pause?
Semen.
Semen?
No. Okay, so we're back.
Don't pause it with semen. Don't deposit
That's a good way to
semen.
come back if they were like, oh yeah, they were talking about semen.
These cookies are gonna be done. I'm gonna be so full of cookie batter.
I brought them for Rub. It's just Rob's. Anyway,
I will say one thing that's super funny is when my wife and I started dating. Of course, I got like stupid comments for everything, but one
you're gonna
term
get comments of, I hate when he's eating all the time when he's talking,
and moaning.
because we've gotten those on TikTok.
I said one time I was referring to ejaculate and I called it baby batter. My wife thought that was the funniest fucking term in the world. And it was funny for like years. She was like, baby batter. It's funny. And then she'd start going, sweet child of mine. If it was Bon Jovi, she'd do that. My wife fucking loves Bon Jovi. I hate Bon Jovi.
I like certain songs. I'm one of those people. Just certain the popular songs, and then the rest could.
What music does your wife listen to?
She's not really a music person.
Really, eh?
She's. I would say whatever's popular, she'll listen to.
Like she'll just turn
She
on
just
the
doesn't
radio
care,
and just
yeah.
listen to it because it's noise.
I'm sure she has her favorites, but she doesn't care. She's not a music person at all. So, the whole crux of it is Thor goes off with the Guardians of the Galaxy. What I hated was he was so back to being egotistical Thor. Like, what happened? He's had
Thor,
this process of developing his character, and all of it is gone. He's back to being old Thor, and I get that's the point, but it's just stupid to me because like he's not learned anything at this point.
Not to mention we've already seen, like, afterwards when I was thinking about it, the entire opening, you saw in the last movie in Thor Ragnarok. Remember, he's trapped and he's in the chain and he's going around and he's talking to the big devil demon guy who's on fire and shit. Then he breaks free of that and he fights all of his fucking devil dogs and then takes that guy's helmet.
Okay.
It is quite literally the exact fucking same thing in this. Thor, we need your help. Thor, we need your help. Thor shows up. Thor gives a fucking speech. Thor jumps in, fights, takes what he needs, save the day. It was almost beat for beat the exact same opening as Ragnarok. And that's how it felt as soon as I was watching
rushed.
that. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm like, I've already seen this. This was fucking Ragnarok. And that's when I started seeing the similarities between the two. And I was like, holy shit, this is just Thor Ragnarok all over again.
They started with that Thor Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, which was all right, but it was dumb.
Yeah,
And it just didn't work.
No, that's best way to put it. Didn't work.
It's more of the same stuff we've seen in the past, and we thought we got over this. I want to see mature Thor. Like, I want to see him like he's gone through all these stuff with the Avengers, and it's like, grow the fuck up.
You kind of, I mean, I don't know about you. I kind of want to see him start turning into his dad. You know, I kind of want to see him start being
mature,
kind of the god he was meant to be.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not a comic book guy by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I don't know.
But as I'm watching these movies, you know, when you watch him from that first Thor up through the Avengers and how much he suffered through the Avengers, and as his stories progressed, you see him becoming this almost Tony Stark as a god. He's got his goofy side, but he also knows when, okay, we got to do real shit now. You know, that's what I'm expecting to see.
Yeah, but that didn't show here until the end, and even then, it was just like, I get the point. I get that they are. This movie is a setup.
Yeah.
And this movie sets up for him to become a parent, and the next movie is him dealing with that.
Yep.
And then that's where he'll become mature.
Yep.
Sure. But I don't like that you went backwards to go forwards.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It was not smart. And then, okay, so we go into the Jane stuff, and she's got cancer.
Stage 4 cancer.
She's dying.
She should be as bald as you are if she's got stage 4 cancer.
Maybe she was. Maybe she was wearing a wig.
But she wasn't. And what bothered me was, and I understand it's a comic book movie. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm stupid, but I'm not stupid in that capacity. So I'm not don't touch my cookies. I'm not. No, I expect that there's got to be, you know, it's a comic book movie. But she's got luscious, gorgeous hair. And then when she becomes Thor Jane, she's got luscious, curly, golden locks.
It becomes styled, yeah.
I'm like, I thought you were dying of cancer. Like, nobody who looks
the Thor
like you.
thing makes sense. Like,
right.
when you become Lady
But
Thor.
it's when you first
which
see
I
her.
don't want to say anymore.
And then in the end, yeah, that's right. You have to. What do you call her now?
Mighty Thor? Is that what it
right.
is?
That's what it was. Mighty Thor.
Dumb.
Eat my axe.
Enjoy the Lady Thor. Everyone calls you Lady Thor. Enjoy it.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with being a lady. Like,
It's
that's
almost
the thing I hate about women who get mad at this. Like, stop calling me girl. Stop calling me lady. If you are saying women should be confident in themselves, then take back the woman and girl saying and be like, that's a powerful thing.
That's right.
Not fucking don't call me lady.
Not to mention, don't
Call me mighty.
Don't call me lady, but you can call me queen if you want to. Like, how are they any different? They're both referring to someone of the traditionally female gender. Well, no, yeah, but queen means something. They both fucking mean something, stupid. You just decided that queen means something fucking different.
Exactly. They both can mean something.
Yeah.
You just decided to have a victimization of these words.
My favorite is when
If that's the proper term.
when people get upset by, don't call me lady, don't call me girl. But then when you refer to a group of people, regardless of their gender or how they identify, you refer to them as guys. That's fine. I'm like, how come you're not offended by that? I figure if anything, you'd be the most pissed off about
They'd
that.
be like, well, call them boys. Okay, I'll call them boys. I don't care. Like,
right? Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm just trying to fucking tell, hey, all you guys here right now, and I've seen women do it. I've seen men do it. I've seen fucking feminists do it. I've seen fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Assholes, misogynist pigs do it. Everyone does it, and whatever, we're getting off track. The point is, Jane has stage 4 cancer, certainly does not look like she has stage 4 cancer, and I was just leaning into, I get it. She's like, oh, you're reading a Jane Foster book. Oh, that's great to hear some stuff. So I was like, okay, great, fine. At least they're saying she's a scientist in this one. When's the last time they called her a scientist, right?
No. Well, she was absent because she didn't want to be in the movies, which I'm glad she's back. She's a great actress.
She is a great actress, but she has jack shit to do in this movie. nothing. She
just
serves
another
one.
Thor.
She serves one fucking purpose: be Lady Thor and then die, and that's all she can do. But here I am watching. Oh, okay, that's fine. And then who has to fucking sit down and literally blow a raspberry, which is exactly how I felt. But Kat fucking Dennings.
I want to say that when Lady Thor appears, like masked, whatever her name is, she looks like Kat Dennings.
You think so?
I feel every
I don't
time I'm
think
just
so.
like, if they put Kat Dennings in the same costume,
You'd see Kat Dennings gigantic
aside
tits.
from that, but
I just like Kat Dennings sits
you'd
down.
be happier.
Kat Dennings sits down and goes,
It's
Like that?
time for Kat Dennings to become a superhero.
leave. Yeah.
No, superhero.
Yeah, her bra is a superhero.
Give
That's
her-
the only thing
give
that we
her
need.
her own superhero.
She is like nails on a chalkboard
I
bad.
love her.
She's so bad as an actress.
I think you just hate the fact that she's got one side of like.
But you watch
she
this
can't
movie.
do different
Yeah.
anything.
But
She's
she's
just
like
her.
Ortega's in fucking Strange New Worlds. Everyone else is acting and trying as hard as they can, and then
What's
Ortega's
the term? Typecast or typecast?
no bad actress is what I'm coming up with. But Ortega's is just like, oh my gosh, guys, what are we gonna do? Oh. That's Ortega's in fucking Strange New Worlds. It's so out of fucking place. And then you drop Kat Dennings in this shit, and she's like, what are you gonna do about being Thor? Good old lady Thor. Like, shut up. You are so bad at this. When you're acting beside Natalie Portman, who's a very good actress, and you're as bad as you are, it's embarrassing for you.
I like it. But that Natalie Portman stuff, the lead up of her having cancer and trying to figure something out, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good story beat, but then they cut it. There's
And
nothing
then-
more. It's just like, what should I do? Let's look in a book, and then something shakes.
Quite literally, look in a book. She's sitting there, looks over, Viking book, opens it, Mjolnir. Okay.
And then we cut to the next.
I
thing.
heard Mjolnir calling me. I was like, what? Like, it felt like there was
a
so
huge
much
part that
left
was-
out.
Yeah.
And he said he'll never do a director's cut because this is my vision and blah, blah, blah,
I want a
whatever.
director's cut.
But I
If
kind
that's
of...
his vision, it's messed up because I guarantee you, he, like you said, that 4 hours was there. If he had 4 hours, why did you cut so much? And maybe it's Disney.
But it also was, he cut so much that felt like tape that you needed to put scenes together. Because she says, I heard Mjolnir calling me.
Yeah.
Okay, so she goes, she's sitting there looking at Mjolnir and, oh, these have been removed and blah, blah, blah. And then she's looking at it.
I was there and it started to shake and then
Yeah. And then I'm Thor now. And I'm like, what?
yeah, he just shows up to help out and she's there. Thor and Thor.
But, and then you're like, it felt like, okay.
But then her mask is too big.
It felt like there was a lot missing, but it also felt like, oh, Natalie Portman's Lady Thor. We're not going to give her anything she's got to achieve, like anything she's got to fight against. All we know is she's got cancer. Now she's Lady Thor.
And if
when she's
she
Lady Thor,
isn't Lady Thor,
she's dying faster.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And being Lady Thor makes her die faster.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, then you know what? She should have, and this, I don't want to skip ahead. We'll eventually get to this. She should have something that she dies
What do
for.
you mean the whole movie skips that?
And you're like, wow, she sure gave her life for X. I did not feel that by the end of this movie. I was like, oh, she's dead? Oh, okay.
So we'll go back to bad guy in the first scene. He is dying of thirst with his kid. His kid dies.
I wouldn't say dying of thirst. I'd say dying of the elements. Yes, thirst, but dying of the elements.
Yeah. He's going through a desert with his kid, and his kid dies. No water. So what are you gonna do?
Yep, I'm gonna
no
die.
food. And then just after he buries his kid, he sees a god paradise, and he goes into this god paradise, and
There's Ra or someone, I don't care who. But again, it's comic book logic, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. I did like that whole part. It
Yeah.
looked well put together. Christian Bale's a wonderful actor. Whoever was playing the King Ra, he was a good actor.
yeah, it was goofy over the top, a little too much.
It
but
was that, like I've said before, you gotta have that little bit of this is fucked up. Like a little bit of that nuttiness that you're underplaying with trying to be serious, but that little tiny bit.
It's elitist God.
Yeah, and it was I enjoyed that. I thought that his daughter died. This is the entire crux of Gore's character. He is hateful of the gods because his daughter died. Okay? Makes perfect sense. That daughter should be forgotten about now. That daughter should never be brought up again. Gore is getting sicker and sicker and sicker by the sword. He's inside even his own mind. He doesn't even know why he's fighting anymore.
People are asking what sword.
He gets the God Butcher sword, or whatever the fuck it's called. Who cares? And then he has a sword and he wants to kill all the gods. That should be it. Gore is going mental. He's going out of his mind with hatred for the gods. That is such a great propulsion for that character. That's how you drive that character.
I do like how the story went in terms of his daughter died. He just finds this sanctuary or whatever, this god place. The god doesn't give a shit. He's like, but you kill. My daughter died.
I'm talking about the end.
Oh, later on in the movie.
Yeah,
okay.
So we'll get to that. But Thor is kind of. I heard somebody refer to him, and it was a fucking great comparison. They said he looks like a yoga instructor, and he kind of acts like a yoga instructor, right? He's like, "Come on, man, just be a piece of meditation. Love everyone, man." I hated this version of Thor. I was like, "This is fucking him." It's a good joke.
The lead up
once.
Thor. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good joke once. But it gets old super fucking fast.
I feel like it came out of nowhere. Like it was nothing. There was no. There's nothing that makes up why he's this Thor right now.
But I'm fine with it as a. It was like Fat Thor in Endgame.
Yeah.
Right? In Endgame. I was like, okay, this is fine. It's good to have fat, sad Thor for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the movie, he's back to being mighty Thor. I'm like, cool. But it was cool to see the little fat, angry Thor, sad Thor.
There was too much of that, but yeah.
For me, see, I was fine with it. I thought they did just enough of it. With this one, it was the yoga guy Thor, and we're still going. We're still going with yoga guy Thor. I was like, come on, man, do something else.
What's the term when you're not saying that you're sad, but you are sad? Not neglect. It's one of those things that like the patterns of mourning or
the stages of denial.
Yeah, so denial would be the one I'm thinking of, and so like he's totally in denial the whole time.
Okay,
because he's missing someone. Okay, he's also what was the main crux of him acting like that?
He was missing Jane. He felt like he didn't have anyone to feel shitty about. Remember, Star-Lord said to him, I was sad when I lost my mom or lost my girlfriend, whatever. You need someone. Oh, yeah, because Zoe Saldana's dead. He said, you need someone to feel shitty over. And he goes, you don't have anything. You don't feel anything. So you got to have someone to feel shitty over. So, okay, fine. That all happens. And this is where maybe I feel like maybe I just had like mini strokes while I was watching the movie. Because Gore the God Butcher, and then someone says... Thor's friend, other girl that he's fought with, says, "Oh, it's Gore the God Butcher."
Something Valkyrie. Or
Gore the God Butcher is killing people. And he goes, "Okay, well, we need to go back to New Asgard." And they go back to New Asgard, and then a fight starts. Gore the God Butcher shows up, and he makes shadow monsters.
And then he takes the children.
And then he takes the children. That's where I was like, I don't get it.
It was a trap.
But to what end?
To get the axe.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Stormbreaker. That's what it was.
Yeah, because he needed that because it's a key. The only thing
to be able to open
eternity.
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 So then we go to Zeus Land. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
But there's like, I want to say 30 minutes where they go to Zeus Land that nothing comes out of it outside of their bolt.
Omnipotent
City. Okay. They got to go... See, what would have been fun? They got to go steal Zeus's Thunderbolt. That would be, hey, let's spend 50 minutes going down to steal his Thunderbolt, gone. Instead, they got to go
Instead of stupid.
have this whole conversation, then have a whole battle, and there's nothing more boring. Speaking of the shit Resident Evil
The
show,
naked Thor was all right.
he's fucking jacked. He's a big dude. Man.
Looking at it, I was like, they had to have CG'd him.
Oh, I think he is that big.
I think they overdid it.
No, I think he's that
I
big.
think they made him a little bit more plump. To the
Maybe, but
muscle.
I think he is just that big of a dude.
I don't know.
But my point is, like watching this shit Resident Evil show, there is nothing, in my opinion, more dull than the middle fight of a movie where you know none of your principal actors are going to die. They might get hurt, but they're not going to die, right? You need them till the end, then they die in the end.
Oh, didn't Korg kind of die?
No, he became a face.
Yeah, but that's
He's
that's
still
a bigger
alive.
deal than like I'm just
And
a face.
he could become a rock man
He
again.
just collects rocks. Yeah.
So, but I was like, okay. So they have this whole fucking scene. I'm like, well, we know none of them died. This is fucking boring. Just get through this fast.
And there was not much to it.
And then so nothing happens. They stole the Thunderbolt. Great. Valkyrie got stabbed. You know she's going to be fine. Great. Jane's like, oh, my cancer is getting to me. It felt like,
And the kids throughout.
yeah.
This is
And like,
like-
oh, Hemdall's kid is there.
I'll just show up and talk to them, and then I'm not here, but
But then
but I'll come eventually.
the Hemdall's kid's name joke?
It
No, I
was
want to be
stupid,
called
yeah.
Axel. Well, no, your father
what-
called you Astrid. No, I want to be Axel. I'm like,
Was Axel because of Guns N' Roses?
that's what I'm assuming. Taika Waititi must fucking love Guns N' Roses because the Guns N' Roses in this was indescribably obnoxious.
I had fun with it.
I could not fucking stand it. It was, and I get it, dude. Like that's the vibe he's going for, and that's fine. Like
It was like Jurassic World with the continual using of the Jurassic theme park.
yeah.
Yeah,
I just
theme park.
I did not like Guns N' Roses. When I was, it was funny. I was talking to Karen about this when I was younger because this might be a surprise, but I was constantly trying to get
Top
laid
Gun.
as a teenager. So of course I said it was into Guns N' Roses. If you wanted to be around rocker girls, you had to say you were into Guns N' Roses.
Nothing screams rocker than that face.
That's right. Guns N' Roses made one good song, and thankfully it wasn't overplayed. It was on Use Your Illusion 2. It's called Estranged. It's a wonderful song.
It's like I don't even know what you're talking about.
Exactly. And that's why it's a good song, because it wasn't fucking destroyed. And then with the Chinese Democracy album, that first song, I think is called Chinese Democracy. I enjoyed that song.
I
But
didn't listen to that album.
that fucking Appetite for Destruction album, that Lies
I love
album,
that.
I hate,
Appetite for Destruction is
Oh.
one of the best CDs out there.
could not stand that music. And it was, but if you want to be around girls, you gotta listen to that garbage.
At the time, when
And,
you were, because you're 60, right?
And now, when you're around fucking women, like stupid millennials who are like, sweet child,
oh, God,
imagine her poor boyfriend on the way home.
She might have been alone.
Oh God!
Trying
No.
to get-
It was a couple.
An attention Karen.
Hey, who's
An attention Karen.
that guy? Gore the Gore got.
This is what he's saying to her.
That's right. Shut up, bitch. Oh shit. That my thing caught. God damn it, Philip. There we are. But hey, what that guy Gore the God Butcher? What's his name again? You just said it. It's Gore the God. No. That actor that plays him. Oh, that's Christian Bale. Yeah. No. But what? Wait.
Let me look on his phone.
Wait. What? So if Gore the God Butcher kills gods, what is that? What's gonna happen to Thor? Is Thor a god? Yeah, he's a god of thunder. Wait, but what's Zeus? No, he's a lightning. Like he's a. Wait, but why doesn't Gore? Shut up and just watch the fucking movie.
Yeah, he's like my son. I had to teach him to shut the fuck up in a movie, and like the answers will come. Like, just watch the fucking movie.
My favorite is we were at I think it was Elliot. Me and Elliot went to some movie. I think might have been Star Wars. And I thought he was so into it. Because he was like just watching the movie. Then he goes, Dad. Near the end of it, I'm like, yeah, what, buddy? This movie's really long. He says to me, I'm like, God damn it.
Was
fucking
it
kid."
episode 1? That one was
But okay, so back to fucking Thor. So Jane's dying or not, who cares? And then I was legit interested when Christian Bale showed up because I feel he interested me.
he had a good character.
And he built that character like you genuinely fucking feared him. The same way that Josh Brolin made you genuinely, and also was also part of the writing, but you genuinely feared Thanos.
But the problem is they made the whole movie too tongue-in-cheek.
yeah,
It should have been more adult or like mature and like really jumping on that horror thing.
But it also felt Monster of the Week.
Imagine this movie serious.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It would be
The
awesome.
problem is, it's like Thor Ragnarok. You've got Hela, who's the bad guy. Oh, you're dead by the end. And then you've got Thor: The Dark World with Christopher Eccleston.
Wasn't Hela in Thor: The Dark World?
No, she was in Ragnarok. Thor: The Dark World was Christopher Eccleston as the Dark Elf. And then he's dead by the end. And then in Ragnarok, it's Hela. She's dead by the end.
I thought Ragnarok was
How are you the fucking expert
the
here?
Goldblum.
That was the same movie. Ragnarok is like two movies squished into one.
Okay, that's why
It's him on the Hulk planet with the garbage planet, and then he has to go back to Asgard.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh yeah, you're right.
and that's basically what this one is. It's you've got Gore the God Butcher, and then you kill him by the end. So that's right. Again, it was the comparisons to Ragnarok were just like,
It's just sad,
God
'cause
damn it, we
I'd-
just did the same thing with the prior movie.
I'd love to see him have his own movie.
Who? Goldblum?
No, Gore.
Yeah, it would have been fucking fun.
But this should have been his own movie.
But now they can have the Gore prequel that they put on Disney Plus.
But I don't think that would be that character though. It would be like the previous character, so it wouldn't be the same.
I'd want to watch Gore fucking ripping the gods down. That's what I'd want to fucking see. I don't give a shit who he was before he became Gore the God Butcher.
So you think like that middle period that we're not seeing while he's tending to kids,
Yeah, while he's
while the kids are being carted off, while Thor is looking for a way to kill him or stop him. You think that they would make a movie during that time?
but there was
doesn't
supposed
really
to be there was supposed to be a period where he was killing gods, and that's why Thor's girlfriend was like, "Holy fuck, this guy Gore the God Butcher is killing us all."
I know. I'm just wondering, like,
That's what I'd
what's that
watch.
time frame? Because there wasn't much of
Dunno.
a time frame.
They could. It's Disney. They could figure something out.
Or maybe, yeah, because it's not the time
gonna
frame
start drinking.
of how we're watching it. Because it was like
Bang,
that could have happened a long time ago, right?
Bang!
The first scene.
bang, cola,
I'm gonna fucking punch you.
bang.
That first scene could have happened a long time ago, right?
Could have. Yep.
Yeah. So they could do it.
Tastes like Freezies. That's good. But the point is, I forgot the point. But what we were talking about is
Let's just get to the end scene.
Yeah.
Because like that's
So,
pretty much what they did.
they get to eternity, or the opening to eternity.
Smash into
Whatever.
a rock.
This is where Taika Waititi, and I imagine this, right? I imagine Taika Waititi is like, okay, I know I'm going to end it like I ended Ragnarok, where the bad guy dies. It's going to be a monster of the week. Fine. Jane's got to die because Natalie Portman doesn't want to come back, so Jane's dead.
I don't think that's true.
I
I think at this point she could definitely come back.
They've
written it in.
I don't think she wanted to.
That
I think
last
she
scene-
wanted to be dead.
The stinger.
With Hercules?
No, the one before that. There's two stingers, right? She gets into because she was a god.
Right.
She gets into what's the place?
Valhalla.
Valhalla.
Yeah.
And they welcome her, but they give her a choice, pretty much. Like you could, they don't say welcome to Valhalla. You're here
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
eternity. They go, you could stay here because you
I
are a
guess-
god now. But then but that leaves it open because it didn't continue.
I
It's
feel like-
she was just like, huh?
I feel like it was pulling teeth to get Natalie Portman to act in this,
I think she'll be back.
which to her credit, she has jack shit to do in this movie. Outside of get jacked up, she was big. I will say she gained some muscle, but I think it was pulling teeth to get her back into the movie. Taika Waititi was like, "Don't worry, you're going to die at the end." She died. She's gone. So we got to kill.
I think she
Jane
was just
Foster.
waiting for the right script. Don't know why this was it.
We got to kill Gore for some reason. And he's like, and Thor has to rescue the kids. Okay, how the hell do we do this? Because Gore's going to call up all the shadow monsters. We've already had Thor and Jane fight all the shadow monsters. What do we do? This decision to say, hey, all of you are Asgardians? No. Okay, well, you are today. Just forget that. Forget that some of you aren't. You're
Here's
all
extra
Asgardians
Thor
today.
power.
Here's some Thor power.
You're all Thors.
And I was like, what? This is fucking stupid because
It turned into a children's movie.
it really did. Where it was that whole, what do they call it? The power fantasy where kids want to see themselves as
Spy
Superman.
Kids. It was essentially like a Spy Kids Thor movie.
But then the kids are, and you better fucking believe that the girl beside me thought this was the goddamn funniest thing she'd ever seen.
And
It's got a bunny, and she's fighting with
That's
the bunny.
why they did it.
Oh, sweet child of mine. It was terrible. And I was watching that whole part going, this is fucking stupid. Like, I'm enjoying it.
Could have been good.
But I was enjoying it as much as I could. Yeah. But in my head, I'm going, this is really dumb. Mm-hmm. This was a real cop-out from where this should have been.
This is a forgettable battle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Forgettable battle. And then Gore gets into the fucking eternity, and everyone has been sure that he's going to get into eternity, and he's going to ask, you get one wish of eternity, the eternity will grant. Kill all the gods. Okay? Now, in my head, I'm like, okay, you know what you do here? You have fucking Jane go up to him as he swings around with a sword, and him and Jane kill each other. That's Jane's ultimate sacrifice. In her ultimate sacrifice as the mighty Thor, she took out Gore the God Butcher.
And then Thor is there alone and can ask for her back.
Exactly. There you go.
And then they come together and they're a couple again.
Perfect.
Yay.
And that is an ending that your audience likes, that it works for the continuation of the Marvel Universe. Everything works.
But
instead, Gore goes, oh, I'm sad. And now the program's like, oh, God, cancer. You know what? Ask for your daughter back. And Gore goes, but no one will be able to take care of her because I guess Gore's dying now because they destroyed the sword. But I won't be able to take care of her. She'll be alone. No, she won't. And she looks over at Thor, and Thor's like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll raise a kid. And then Gore's like, give my daughter back. And then Jane Foster's like, I guess you got to take care of this kid.
Yeah. She doesn't get a wish now because there's only one wish. Somehow eternity only has one wish.
I'm watching this. I'm like, what? Why is this daughter back? This is so fucking stupid. And then Thor's making the movie ends. And then Thor's making some pancakes. And then this girl's there, and she doesn't like pancakes, and she drew all over Mjolnir.
She's a kid.
And then, which is fine, right? But then they got to go kill some animals or demons or monsters, whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's Korg in the background going, yeah, so this is the story about Thor, and that's how we came to have love and thunder. So he's the thunder, and she's the love. And I was like, what a fucking shitty ending. It was a shitty ending. And so I said to myself, this ending sucks. Next thing is the Valhalla thing, and I was just like,
That just left it open.
I agree.
It depends on how well this movie is taken, which isn't great.
Yeah.
It's comparatively.
Now
it's okay. It made lots of money, so it did well.
Yeah.
But like
it didn't blow the fucking boots off anything.
The only time
it's not catching up to Top
The
Gun.
only way you can bring Natalie Portman back is for like a big reveal and be like, okay, she's back now and you can be together, and that's not your next movie.
No.
It's like a couple movies later. Maybe one after the next one.
But okay, so after that, then we go to Zeus having his chest fingered by his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then we cut to Roy Kent as Hercules. And I'm like, okay.
Who is he?
He's a wonderful actor. He plays a guy named Roy Kent in Ted Lasso. He is spectacular as Roy Kent.
I don't know Ted Lasso. So,
I saw that, and a couple of other people in the theater, and we all started giggling, and one person went, Roy Kent. Like, it's fucking Roy Kent.
For me, that I don't know Ted Lasso, I'm just like, I don't know this guy. I don't know how well he'll play Hercules. I don't know.
He's going to be the monster of the week in the next Thor movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're setting up your next fucking movie to be Ragnarok Part 3.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, get away from...
But it's easy money.
That's really, as the formula works.
It's M. Night Shyamalan.
I know Taika Waititi is capable of more than this. When you watch Jojo Rabbit, when you watch What We Do in the Shadows, he's a great... And he's got that one movie about the Australian Outback, the tribes of the Australian Outback. He's a great writer. He's a great director. He needs to challenge himself to break out of this fucking formula and do something else. Because if this third one is just Ragnarok Part 3,
That's
I
what it
have
is.
zero fucking
Yeah,
interest.
that's all it is.
I already didn't have a lot of interest in this, and after I was done watching, I'm like, I was right. This just wasn't an interesting movie.
It's him and love.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thunder and love.
Going against Hercules and whatever extras.
Was there anything in the movie that made you genuinely laugh, like belly laugh? Oh. And while you think about your answer, I'm going to eat this cookie. I've only had 2, as you've seen in this whole video that we're recording.
You know me in memory. But like I said, what I liked about this movie was the build-up, like multiple build-up scenes. It just stops. And then it picks up later, and you don't get to see the middle part.
Nope.
If it would have been a lot better if they had the reveal of like her becoming Thor, mighty Thor. Like,
Yep.
I want to see
Better
like
than
I don't know if you'll get
Mjolnir and he
this.
came together and done.
I don't know if you'll get this. But,
I don't.
But I want to see like a Sailor Moon moment when she transforms. You know, like
I could see Natalie Portman in a Sailor Moon outfit. God damn.
but like you stopped it at the shaking pieces, and you could have had like her. Even go back. Even you've gone to the
Even
future.
the fucking, like the He-Man moment where he holds a fucking sword and he turns from Prince Adam into He-Man. Yeah, you needed that moment, right?
There was no big reveal of this character. It was just like, oh hey, she's here.
Yeah, she's Thor now.
What? Why would you? What? You had perfect opportunity to do this big reveal, and you just not. Oh, that's how I chose to do it for this movie because it's just the way I want it to come off. It's just like surprise, but it's not. No one cared.
I did like, one thing I did genuinely laugh at, and I kind of hated myself for it, because every time they showed up, it was the same joke, but I laughed every fucking time, was those stupid goats. Every time
hated
those
the
goats
goats.
screamed,
Hated the goats.
I would start to fucking giggle.
Absolutely hated the goats. It was his run on joke.
Yeah. It
it was
made me
just-
laugh. Don't know why, but I was laughing.
I always loved Korg.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him and what's his face, like a prequel, whatever, like the little beetle guy that's with him. Like,
That he died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see a prequel of them.
Yeah.
Korg needs his own thing, even if it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I would be so
Yeah,
happy.
Korg was fun. But the whole, it felt like it was trying to be too inclusive. It felt like it was trying to be
care
too,
about
it felt,
But how is it trying to be inclusive?
oh, Korg, his family is all gay, Valkyrie is gay,
Well,
like stuff like that.
What you see as gay, but in that lifestyle, it's just like that's the way it is. Like, that's the norm.
But not just that, but also like,
I don't know if they have male and female there.
there were scenes that felt like
They're rocks.
an executive watched them
Yes.
and said, no, more of this. Like, you know what we not? What we need? What we not? Apparently, I don't know how to talk. I'm turning into you. But they're like, oh, you know what kids like to watch? Kids like to watch other kids.
Yeah.
So show more kids. Show the kids getting Thor powers. It felt like that was a tacked on because it's so stupid when it happens.
Yeah.
That I'm hoping
It
poor
becomes a
Taika
kid's
Waititi
movie.
is watching
Totally.
this and going, oh, fuck, these idiots told me to write this in. All right, this is as good as I got. And he puts it in, and they're like, yeah, whatever. As long as they're counting money and kids, that's not what kids go to fucking movies for. Kids don't go to watch movies to see other kids. They go to watch movies to see who they want to be empowered to be. That's what the power fantasy is. I want to go watch Batman because I want to be Batman. I want to go watch fucking The Flash because I want to be The Flash, not Ezra Miller Flash, but you want to go watch Superman because you want to be Superman. You know, you don't want to go watch Elliot from E.T. and be Elliot.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you want to go and you want to be a kid who an alien comes down to visit. You know, and with this movie, no one's like, you know who I want to be? The kid with the bunny.
We can all be Thor. No,
Except Natalie Portman, 'cause she's fucking dead.
I want this. I want the recut. I want it adult themed.
God damn it. Now I want to see Kat Dennings in that fucking Thor outfit. Thanks,
Yeah,
Dick.
yeah.
Had to put that into my fucking head.
Someone, I'll edit
got a
it.
mole near
I'll,
she can
I'll
wheel.
edit it right here. I might not. I might forget to.
Yeah, you're going to forget. Because I'll watch it. I'll watch this whole fucking episode just to get to this part, and then I'll be fucking screaming that you didn't put goddamn Kat Dennings in a Thor outfit.
I just put what's her face in the Thor outfit like as she is, and then put bigger boobs.
And then Kat
It looks like
Dennings'
Kat
face on it.
Dennings. So out of 10,
Oh man,
What would you rate this movie?
it wasn't terrible. It
No.
sure as hell wasn't fucking Eternals.
It was fun.
It was fine. I wouldn't even call it fun, but I call it fine. I give it a solid 5 out of 10.
Really?
No, that's not true. 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I give it a 7. It was good. It was good.
Passable. Yeah, you know what?
I just feel like it should have been much better.
Yep.
And I feel like we got a horrible cut of what's there, and like the inner me or even the outer me wants to just say like, let's wait for the next cut and then rate it. Like,
I feel like these movies are trying to appeal to too broad an audience now that they're trying to
The
tick
Disney
every
audience.
fucking box.
Yeah.
And you're like, guys, just come on, man. Just focus on one thing. You might alienate out a group of people, but when you alienate out a group of people, you might discover an audience that is like, Jesus Christ, this is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I always use,
Look
when it
at
comes to the Marvel
Batman.
universe, right? But when it comes to the Marvel universe, I always use Infinity War as my example. Because by the end of Infinity War, do you think kids in that audience wanted to see all their heroes fucking die?
yeah,
Of course
it
they
got
did.
so serious.
That was a huge gamble, and look how it fucking paid off.
And well, yeah, look how it paid off. We got to now have emotional, comedic, immature Thor, and it's like he's gone through all this stuff. There was no benefit to it.
Yep. Yeah, it's all just kind of
And
pissed
so,
away.
I'm sure someone would say, "Oh, well, it's just because he's in denial because all this stuff happened, and now he has to live without it." And it's like, well, fuck off. Like, I think he'd be if he was sad, he would be more mature about it. I think at this point.
I think a lot of people's arguments are like, look, it's a comic book movie. Stop taking it so fucking serious. And I understand it's a comic book movie, but it still needs to keep my interest. And it doesn't. When it decides to just piss away character stuff that was interesting, when you just piss it away, I don't give a shit anymore. And if you don't give me a character to care about, I don't care about the fucking movie. So, let us know your thoughts on why we're wrong. Sweet child. And if you are that annoying bitch that sat beside me in this fucking movie, do me a favor.
Don't be an annoying bitch.
Throw yourself down a fucking flight of stairs in like the CN Tower, you annoying C word.
I would never know.
Fuck that bitch
On the next episode of Watching Plane,
that we're recording in
2 minutes,
5 minutes.
we'll be talking about Resident Evil, the series, the whole series, and I
man.
get to read.
Fuck. All right. Bye, everybody.